Hey everybody, Igor here with Trumpet. Thanks so much for clicking on the video. Hope you're all doing well. In this video, we're going to talk about the 3 things that I see that mean you're pretty close to unlocking those high notes that maybe you've been trying to achieve for a long time. So don't be discouraged. Let's jump right into it. All right, and the number one thing I'm going to talk about is just like anything in life, you can't fix a problem until you know it's there, okay? So if your high notes are about the, high C and above, maybe 3 or 4 notes, so up to that E or that F, and that's kind of your max, right? But when you get up there, you feel a bunch of tension, you're overblowing, you're pressing, you're exerting a bunch of physical effort just to be able to play up there a little bit, and you are aware that this tension, that this pressure, that everything that you're doing, pressing the mouthpiece into your face, overblowing just to hit those notes, you're aware of all this happening, that is a very, very good sign, okay? That's the first step to fixing the issue. Because if you can understand that what you're feeling in your body is wrong, you can start taking the steps to get it right, okay? And I talk a lot about this in my other videos. Great ways to do this is to practice high notes quietly in arpeggios or scales. Or even just holding, that high C a few notes below your top range quietly and making those notes feel much more comfortable and relaxed and focusing not on how high you can play. This is one of the most, I think this is a super important point. You don't want to focus on how high you can play in your practice sessions. You want to focus on how easy you can make high notes feel, okay? And the high note doesn't need to be your highest note. It needs to be a few notes below your high note. How easy can you make that note feel? So take that step towards unlocking your upper register. The second sign that I see before my students are able to actually get into real lead playing is you're able to force high notes out, but you're only able to play them loudly. And that's great, but that won't get you through a lead player gig, right? That will get you through a specific note. Maybe one day you can hit a specific note, you're feeling really good, and you can hit high notes with a bunch of pressure, a bunch of force, and you can overblow and make those notes sound good and full, but you look like you're stressed out. And it doesn't, and when you look like you're stressed out, when your body is super stressed out, we oftentimes get that in the sound, okay? Unless you're a real lead player and the only time we actually have to have a good amount of physical exertion on the trumpet is when we're playing high and loud, right? And when I talk about high notes, I'm talking about maybe above, that high F. And make it broad and big and powerful, that'll cut through the band, cut through, whatever you need it to cut through. So if you are somebody who can play a high F, right? But you can only play it loud and you cannot control it quietly and hold that note quietly, then you're very close to unlocking, a real lead player sound.
So if you could see my body language, the way I'm playing, I'm not doing much.
Okay, and we're gonna talk about, I already mentioned quiet high notes, and it all comes down to your personal things and issues that you have going on with your embouchure and your setup and how you're approaching your high notes and your mental barriers, and picking the right exercises and the right steps to take for you to be able to improve the specific issue that you have. But in general, the second sign that I see is people who are able to play high notes loud, they're just not able to play them soft and under control. There's no secret. You have to approach them properly and you have to practice high notes a lot, okay? In order to get good at something, you have to isolate that thing pretty much, and you have to work on those things a lot, okay? And if you work on high notes a lot improperly, that's gonna cause damage, Okay, if you don't have somebody guiding you through the pressure, through the overblowing, through your approach with your air stream and where the air is going and how fast it's going, and your effort at the same time, if you don't have somebody guiding you, you can hurt yourself, and that's why a lot of people don't improve in the upper register. Okay, I'm actually doing a trumpet group workshop this summer, and if you're interested in joining, and working with me and maybe like-minded trumpet people who are also looking to improve their upper register, the link to join is down below in the description. All right, and the third sign that you're actually pretty close to your high notes and unlocking a real first player, lead player sound is that you have really good days, but more bad days, right? So you have maybe a couple really good days a week where you feel great, where you can play high, and then everything else just feels like you're a different trumpet player, okay? So the inconsistency, that can come from multiple things, and I can't say exactly, what your case is, but most often of the time your embouchure isn't strong enough, it just gets tired, and that can be from you not training your high notes enough, you not practicing enough, because when you don't practice enough, you get tired much faster. That's the number one thing that happens, and I went through this when I got married and my life got busy, with kids and all the other things that I had going on in my life. So when I don't practice, endurance goes way down, okay? Another thing that can happen is when you do overpress and overblow and you do a lot of physical exertion where it's not needed, you get tired really, really quick. And you can actually mess up your chops really bad that way long term. Okay, so that's the third sign, is if you have really good days, you already have the capability to play high. You just need to properly warm up, properly get your lips ready, and warm down. Take care of your lips a little bit more and make sure you're staying consistent with your practice, okay? Those three signs mean you're very, very close to being able to play in the upper register. This is just through my teaching for a very long time, and I wanted to encourage you all. High notes aren't this super far away thing. I think my thumbnail is going to be something like I'm reaching for a high note somewhere. Let me see if I can. I wanted to encourage you all. You're probably much closer to your high notes than you think. And if you're not, if this video wasn't, you didn't feel like you had any one of these signs, I wanted to encourage you, reach out to me. I have a free upper register checklist that you can check out. It's right below in the description as well. And I also have an upper register blueprint. If you haven't checked that out yet, it's down below in the description. It's 27 pages, collection of exercises that I put together from multiple sources through the years. And it's very basic stuff that will help you improve your upper register. I have the workshop that I'll be doing this summer, the one-on-one spots are full, but I encourage you to reach out to me through email if you have any questions, and definitely subscribe if you enjoy this type of stuff, if you enjoy educational trumpet content and just entertaining stuff. I do reviews occasionally, and I do occasional covers also. And thank you so much if you do end up subscribing. So that's about all I have for you. Reach out to me with the form there right below for summer workshop lessons, and I look forward to working with some of you very soon, and I'll see the rest of you in the next video. God bless you all.